Security stepped up. No kidding. Now I should be able to open this locker. Well, now that the snake is gone, I can check out what's in the locker. Whoa, what's all this? I'll need to move some of her stuff so I can inspect everything. Wow, an autographed picture of Lois Manson. Ida sure is trying to get into the part. Agapanthus africanus, or the lily of the Nile, is a beautiful plant with blue-violet flowers. Plant in full sun for the prettiest blooms. The huge jewel of Karnak emerald was lost during the shooting of the original Pharaoh film. Could the director's clues be leading me to it? More importantly, could Ida be after it?
A snake just slid over my foot! Oh my gosh, somebody catch it, please! I hate snakes! I hate snakes!
Ida, it's okay. I'll catch it. I promise. Just calm down.
Catch it and put it back in the reptile room. It must have escaped or something.
I will, I promise. Just calm down. What's the reptile room?
It's where they keep all the icky creatures they're using for the shoot. Snakes, lizards, frogs, turtles. Why's my locker open?
Look, I'm gonna level with you. I'm not really a production assistant. I'm a private detective.
A private detective? Really? Wait a minute. You opened my locker?
Yeah, and I hate to tell you this, but that snake came from your locker.
Someone put a snake in my locker? Was it poisonous?
I couldn't really tell, but probably not. Do you have any idea who might have put it there?
No. I mean, yes. Whoever's been watching me, that's who it was. Wherever I go, on the set, in the hotel, I get the creepiest feeling that someone's staring at me. I mean, of course people stare at me because I'm young and beautiful and all that, but this feels more like someone's spying on me.
I saw this book in your locker. It's about the Jewel of Karnak.
See, legend has it that Nefertiti was the original owner of this ginormous emerald that became known as the Jewel of Karnak. Apparently Lois Manson heard that and refused to star in Pharaoh unless the real Jewel of Karnak was used as a prop. And people say I'm a diva. Anyway, during the shoot, the jewel suddenly went missing. Everyone suspected Lois had taken it, which she of course denied. But a couple of days later, that thing with the snake happened and she died. So the movie wrapped, they buried the set, and the Jewel of Karnak was never, ever found. Cool story, huh? Ooh, I gotta go. I'm supposed to meet Molly and Arthur at the Casbah. Find that snake. You promised.
Oh no! Someone let all the reptiles out of their cages. I guess someone needs to put them back. Okay, who's the only person I know who drinks these things? I don't think they feed the snakes tuna. Could this be for that cat? Neja Haje! It must be the snake on the poster I need to decode. This doesn't make any sense. Wait, musical notes maybe?
Hey, Nancy, right? You look like you're on a mission.
Someone put a snake in Ida's locker.
Someone put a live snake in Ida's locker? She must have had a fit.
When I was in the reptile room, I found this swizzle stick.
Wait a minute. If you think I put that snake in Ida's locker, you're dead wrong. Although I applaud whoever did. Exposing her to snakes might help her get over that silly phobia she has.
But you're pretty much the only person around here who drinks rattlesnakes, aren't you?
Yes, but I promise you I have not been in the reptile room in days.
What about the actress from the original Pharaoh movie, Lois Manson? How did she end up with a poisonous snake on the set?
That is a question no one to this day has been able to answer. Some people say the snake wrangler accidentally gave Lois a real asp instead of a non-poisonous black snake. Others say someone knowingly switched the snakes at the last minute. And some say Lois herself switched the snakes because her unrequited love for the film's director had driven her mad. Or maybe she was simply a marked woman. Literally.
What do you mean?
I read somewhere that she had a strange birthmark on her arm. One that resembled the Egyptian hieroglyph that meant cursed. Probably just a Hollywood myth, but even a myth usually has some element of truth in it.
The prop room that Molly McKenna keeps locked was broken into tonight.
Don't tell me you found a rattlesnake swizzle stick in there too.
No, but I do know the thief was wearing a hooded cloak.
Sorry, my hooded cloak is at the cleaners, but I suppose you want to test my hands for traces of flesh boom anyway, right? Detective Drew?
How did you know I'm a detective?
I heard someone talking over at the Casbah.
How did you know the thief stole the flash boom?
I just assumed that. I mean, it's the only thing in there worth stealing, right? Hey, speaking of the Casbah, that's where I'm headed. Join me?
No thanks.
Suit yourself.
That was weird. I should check out George's room. I'll need the security code to the penthouse, though.
You have 1. New messages. To listen to your messages, please enter your 5-digit employee access code.
I know. I can decrypt the camera's data chip to see George entering his code. I just need to turn off the camera first.
Hi, this is Jake from J&S Security Systems. So we got your cameras all serviced, but my technician told me that he misplaced that key you gave him to open the access panel in the lobby. Yeah, I'm real sorry about that. He said he asked the cleaning crew that was in the lobby with him that night, but none of them seemed to remember seeing anything lying around. I hope that's not going to cause you guys too much trouble. We'll keep our eye out and let you know if anything turns up on our end. Thanks.
Maybe the key that opens the service panel is still around here somewhere. Aha! There's George entering his code. Perfect. Getting that code wasn't so hard. Here we go, the penthouse. This looks almost as bad as the wardrobe department. Whoa, a makeshift photography lab. Oh, shoot, the bulb burned out. How can I get another red bulb? Wow, all these are candid photos of Ida. That's a little creepy.
No police. That is absolutely out of the question. Nancy, wonderful timing. A slight problem has arisen.
Ida's missing. She was supposed to meet us at the Casbah, but she didn't. I checked her room. She's not there. I called her agent. He hasn't heard from her. This just isn't like her.
And it isn't like you to be so worried about her.
I'm worried about the picture. All we have left to shoot are her scenes, Arthur. If she isn't on the set tomorrow, we are toast.
Since you put it that way, perhaps you should drop whatever it is you're doing and look for her.
Do you have any idea why George Jackson would be taking pictures of Ida on the sly? You know, without her knowing it?
That makes no sense. He spends all day with Ida on the set. Why would he secretly be taking pictures of her?
I don't know, but he's got a ton of them in his room.
That's sick.
Is George still at the Casbah?
To my knowledge, he was never there. At least not while we were waiting for Ida to show.
And we were there for quite a while.
That's odd. He said that's where he was going.
Ida's missing, George is missing, George has been stalking Ida. I'm getting a little creeped out here. Arthur, we really should.
No police.
Then go over to the Casbah and keep your ears open. Listen for the latest gossip on Ida. It might help you figure out where she is.
Find Ida. Quickly.
I shouldn't snoop until all the customers are gone. Luckily, it's almost closing time. In the meantime, I can make smoothies and listen for more gossip.
That Molly McKenna's a piece of work, isn't she?
Hey, she's a lot better than that Stanislaw was. How someone as neurotic as him got to be line producer is beyond me.
He used to be fine, but 2 days into the shoot, he just started getting real anxious and uptight about every little thing. It was weird. It was almost like he'd become someone else.
You know Hector, the gazillion-year-old set builder?
What about him?
He says the reason they bulldozed over the first Pharaoh set was because right after Lois Manson died, it got infested with bugs.
Bugs?
Yeah, like beetles and cockroaches and stuff. They were all over the place, in all the walls, the lights, props, everywhere. So they buried the whole kit and caboodle. You tried the whiteout diet yet?
Which one is that?
That's the one where you don't eat anything white. Rice, bread, potatoes, pasta, ice cream.
Have you tried it?
Give up ice cream? Are you mental?
Corey Applebaum, the writer on this thing, swears it was the guy who wrote the first Pharaoh movie who offed Lois Manson. The way she changed her lines all the time.
Seen Ida lately?
Nope. She's rendezvousing with someone down at the docks.
The docks?
You know, when you go the back way through the Main Street attraction.
Oh, Oh yeah, where the Nile princess is tied up. Who's Ida rendezvousing with?
Look around. Who else don't you see in here?
George Jackson?
Bingo!
So that's where Ida went. I didn't know there were any docks around here. I wonder how you get to that back entrance. I'll have to figure that out as soon as I'm done snooping in here. This could come in handy. Maybe I'll just borrow it for a little while. Hey! That cat just shredded this music.
Recorded by Z.B. Collingwood on December 13th, 1936. The day the scales fell from my eyes. I saw the first rough cut of my masterpiece and was immediately struck by two things. Lois Manson is one of the most beautiful women ever created, and she is a perfectly dreadful actress. I believe that with judicious editing, Pharaoh can and will be saved, but oh, how blind I've been. I must think of a way to spare poor Lois the humiliation that surely awaits her, to see that she is remembered for something, anything other than her utter lack of talent.
Hey, now I can try out those musical notes I decoded from the Naja Hadjer Egyptian Cobra. That was pretty. Wonder if that song has a name. Here we go. The Nile Princess. Where have I heard that name before? It looks like the Dead at the Wheel attraction uses a car and a fake crash wall along with a detective statue. I guess there was more to that statue than I thought. That fake wall is sturdier than I expected. Looks like I'll have to activate this Dead at the Wheel attraction. Somehow. I think the car is part of this attraction, but it looks like it's broken. All right. Whoa, that was pretty cool. I wonder how the car gets repaired at the end of the attraction.
Welcome to the docks. During the filming of the first Pharaoh movie, the man-made lake you see before you doubled as the Nile River. 10 tons of sand and 2,000 palm trees were brought in so that in the movie's most spectacular scene, Lois Manson, starring as Nefertiti, Princess of the Nile, could appear to be surveying her domain from her royal barge. When the movie wrapped, the film's eccentric director demanded that the sand and trees be removed and that every set, no matter how elaborate, be bulldozed over. In 1943, a theme park was built on top of the buried sets. Unfortunately, World War II was raging and the public was in no mood for theme parks. Its owners went bankrupt, and in 1947, the park was abandoned. The docks are among the attractions that were left behind. The steamship to your right, now empty, once housed a restaurant and was aptly dubbed the Nile Princess. On a more mysterious note, blueprints showing the exact locations of the original Pharaoh sets were also left behind, albeit on purpose. The film's director supposedly hid them somewhere on the grounds of the park just before his death in 1949. These blueprints, if they truly exist, have never been found.
Whoa! So according to that audio tour, the entire set from the 1937 Pharaoh film was buried. And I'm standing on top of it right now. Hey, there's something down in the water. I wonder if that buoy is marking something. These must be the blueprints they were talking about in the audio tour. Looks like the final filming took place under the house on Main Street. That cellar door looks like a good way to get under the house, but these crows won't let me by. I have to distract them somehow. Something tells me I need to pay close attention to color. Shoot, that wasn't fast enough. I'll have to start over. Phew, there they go. Now to get into that cellar. Yes. Whoa, what's in here? I should light these candles so I can check out this room.